Hello and welcome back to the United Devils Watchalong. Today we are going to be looking at Manchester United's quarter-final tie against Copenhagen in the Europa League. Of course, a massive game as there is only one leg now as the stadium reaches a playoff section in Cologne, and we are in the Stadion Cologne today. Manchester United obviously in the away kits. Oh, no, sorry, in the home kit, I believe, and Copenhagen in their home kit of blue and white. Changes to the teams have been made and obviously have been interesting, especially for Manchester United. Of course, they've named a much stronger side to the team that just about got over the edge against Lask last week. Romero keeps his place, as do three of the back four, with Wan-Bissaka being the only change as he comes in for Tim Fosu-Mensah. Fred keeps his place, but will be playing as a more deeper midfielder, and Paul Pogba will be far more advanced as he comes in for McTominay. Fernandes comes in for Juan Mata, despite Mata getting 2 assists in the game, as United look to go in for the kill. And the front three is changed to the usual suspects of Mason Greenwood, Marcus Rashford and Anthony Martial. Of course, there are a grand total of 62 goals between the three of them, and a lot of those have come in the Europa League as well. For Copenhagen, there are a couple changes from the side that beat Başakşehir 3-0 in the round of 16 second leg. Johnson keeps his place. Old boy Varea starts as right back. Nelson and Bjelland are the centre back pairing, and Boyleson makes the left back and the complete back four. Starger comes in for Mudrazija, but will play alongside Zeka, the captain, in the heart of midfield. Jonas Wind will keep his number 10 role as more of a sub-striker, as he got 2 goals and an assist against Başakşehir. Falk and Beal are the wingers today, and it's 18-year-old Mohamed Darami making a rare start, but has managed 4 goals and 4 assists this season, and has displaced Kaufmann as the starting striker. Of course, Manchester United know that they are favourites to win this competition. They were favourites from the beginning, and were even favourites when the likes of Inter Milan and Ajax and Sevilla dropped down from the Champions League spots. So they'll know that there's a lot of pressure on the team, but they have managed to get to at least the semi-finals in the last 2 cup competitions. However, they haven't made it past that point, so they'll know they'll have to up this. Certainly if they are to be taken seriously, and certainly if they are to call this season overall a success. Will obviously be, if it is to be United's trophy, it will be Harry Maguire to lift the trophy as he leads the team out now in the new home kit for the 2020-2021 season. Of course, if you have any questions or any topics you would like for me to discuss throughout this watch-along, please comment on the live chat and I'll get to them as soon as I can. But before I forget, the bench is actually quite intriguing. Of course, David De Gea is brought back onto the bench after being given a rest instead of Lee Grant, but he did actually watch the game and was alongside Grant on the bench against Lask. Fosu-Mensah and Mengi are the defensive options. Diogo Dalot still left out. Phil Jones left in Manchester. Tuanzebe and Shaw still unavailable. Matic and McTominay are the holding midfielders. Pereira, Lingard and Mata are the more attacking midfielders. James and Chong are the wide options on the bench, and Igalo is the sole striker that could come on and offer more target man ability if Martial needs a rest. For Copenhagen, it's Anderson as the goalkeeper, Greitbust and Bengtsson and Papagiannopoulos on the defensive side. There's Bartolek, Brian Oviedo, who used to play for Southampton and Everton. The aforementioned Kaufra and Mudrazija are also on the bench, as are youngsters Boving and Hjalmov. Of course, Ståle Solbakken, the manager of Copenhagen, knows Ole Gunnar Solskjaer so well. He said in the presser that they've known each other for, I think, 25 years, obviously playing together for Norway. And actually, once Solskjaer was a coach while Solbakken was playing against Manchester United in the 2006-07 season. Of course, United, that is the only time United have played Copenhagen in their history. It was in the group stages, and they won comprehensively 3-0 at Old Trafford, but did lose away. But we'll have to see how this team decides to set up. It might in fact be more solid, where we see Pogba and Fernandes far more advanced than we saw maybe in the last few games of the Premier League season, where Pogba was almost essentially a second number 6 alongside Nemanja Matic. And we might be able to see them both advance, maybe like how Man City lined up in the Centurion season in 2017-18. Might be interesting to see how that pans out. It will be interesting to see who will be getting the goals for both sides. Obviously, it's still a very open game, but we do expect United are heavy favourites today. I'm expecting a comprehensive win, so I'm expecting Greenwood, Rashford and Martial to get on the scorelist, maybe Fernandes too. Of course, all four have double figures for the season. Fernandes on 10, Greenwood on 17, Rashford on 22, and Martial, United's top goal scorer, with 23 goals. And obviously, despite this, actually, he's been given a lot of criticism throughout his stint at United, and still even this season, where he's been deemed too inconsistent, hot and cold, and an agenda to score goals by some pundits. And honestly, I think it's shocking when things like that are said about someone who has got 23 goals in a season and has shown his consistency. But as the teams are set to start, we'll see how things go, and of course our clock will be running hopefully smoothly, perhaps a tiny bit of a lag, we'll have to see. But we are all expecting a good performance from United, and certainly something better than the one against Lask. We'll have to see how this United team turn up, because it's still a game they would be expected to win, and it's still a game they still have to win. Of course, we will still be bringing you any updates from the Inter Milan Leverkusen game, and hopefully that should be getting underway soon. And the game is underway, and there will be water breaks this time, although they were omitted in the last game. United get us underway. Maguire playing it to Williams, who launches the ball forwards, and will go all the way back to Carl-Johan Johansson in goal. I think there is a 5 or 6 second lag on from my screen to the actual timer, so not too bad this first half. We'll see how it is in the second half. But long goal kick is headed up by Pogba, but only as far as Bjelland and Copenhagen are starting rigidly, really. They're quite stuck in their formation, but United are happy to let them have the ball for now, and pressing high from the front with Martial, goes all the way back to the goalkeeper, and now it is the youngster Victor Nelson. Of course, he's only his 23rd app for Copenhagen in his young age of 21. But it will be helpful for him that he's alongside the experienced Bjelland. He's made 70 appearances for Copenhagen in his 2-year stint. As Wan-Bissaka wins that ball well, as it's played up the left-hand side for Copenhagen. They check it back and look to play it in towards Jonas Wind, who is obviously going to drift a lot. Wan-Bissaka looks to try and clear it, evades him. Wind now, and now it's Darami, who's brought down and defended well by Eric Bailly. Pogba looked like he was fouled. It's not going to be given. It's going to be Falk. Darami, it's sharp passing from the left back, but United can break away. Rashford and Martial. Rashford can get past one. He's going to be up against his former teammate Guillermo Varela, but he's looking just to get past Beale first, and he instead opts to play it back to Fred, who started on the left-hand side and Pogba on the right. It's Maguire. Long ball looking for Rashford. Headed back by Varela, and Brandon Williams can collect and win a throw. Takes it quickly to Fred. And he shifts it back to Maguire. As always, if you have any questions or topics you would like for me to discuss, comment below, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. But I think United have a corner now, as while they haven't started brightly, they haven't started sluggishly, which is something we can say in the last few games, really, as Bruno Fernandes looks to take this corner He'll be looking for better feats than he has done recently from set pieces. Obviously, has got 2 assists directly from corners, and we'll be looking for the third now as he whips it in swinging towards it's headed out by Darami, I think. But Fred looks to bring it back in. I think everyone was offside, so Varea tries and clears, but it's sloppy. But it's a really, really good touch from Starger, but sloppy work from Beale as he gives away a throw. Fred takes it quickly, giving it back to Maguire. Back to Romero, who is making his 61st appearance for United. He's looking for that 39th clean sheet. In those 60 games he's played so far, he's only conceded 27, which is a fantastic record. And Fernandes looking to bring in Mason Greenwood. It's defended well by Bjelland and Boyleson, who gets it away eventually for a throw. It's played back to Pogba, and now it's Fernandes who shifted all the way back to Eric Bailly, and it's Maguire to Fred. Copenhagen's press is good as well, very, very sharp. I think they'll know that's how United do give the ball away at times, especially when playing out from the back and those short goal kicks. They'll be wary of that. They seem to have already started, but Maguire now looking for another long pass towards, I believe, Brandon Williams, but he's misjudged that bounce. Looks like he's kept it in, actually, but the pass to Rashford was poor, and Copenhagen can clear. Looking for Starger, and clipped up by Zeka to Vind, I think. And he shifts it back to Varela. It's Beale, Spaniard. His debut season at Copenhagen, and Fernandes wins that well, and he could probably drive United forward, but it's instead no options available, no runs made, and Pogba gets the ball back. It's Williams to Pogba, looking for a long pass. There's the option towards Wan-Bissaka. He's found him brilliantly, Paul Pogba, and he's got Mason Greenwood for company, and he plays it to him now, and it's back with Fred. Looking for a cross in towards Fernandes. He's headed it back out, but it's cleared by Nelson. And it's a really, really good chance. He was probably expecting someone to have followed him, but no one did so. It's United's ball still. Pogba to Martial. Now Rashford back to Martial. Gets a good touch away from Beale, and he drives past Varela, but he wins a corner only. And Solbaken's not happy with the way his team is defending at the moment, because when players are running at them, they seem to be backing off. And it's not working at the moment. It's going to be Fernandes again with an in-swinging corner from the left-hand side. There is Fred, I think, available for the short. He's gone away. Rashford's gone away too. It's long in towards Maguire instead. It's looped, and Maguire's actually fouled someone, but he has got a shot on target. He's, I think it was fouling Bjelland, who I've got to be careful with the pronunciation for. It's just a couple hands on his shoulders, not much in that, but I guess enough at points. It is Clement Turpin is the referee today, French referee. This time we'll see how the Europa League referees have been. There's been no real controversy so far in the opening stages of the resumption of European football, especially in the Europa League. But we'll see how this game goes as Harry Maguire gets the ball back from Brandon Williams. Has to play it all the way back to Fred, but he has to get past Darami, and does do that well, and he skips past another couple players and finds Fernandes, who only has Pogba behind him that he can really realistically pass it to, and he's found Bailly though. Look to have a venture forward. Don't see that a lot from Bailly. He's found Martial. It's a poor touch, but in fact Martial was fouled, I think, by Bjelland, and that could be a dangerous set piece for Manchester United, because I think it's about 30 yards out, maybe 35. And it looks like it might be either Rashford or Fernandes, and they might actually fancy a shot. Of course, this would be United's only chance to conclude this season with a trophy. managed to, well, knocked out of the Carabao Cup on a 3-2 aggregate against Manchester City, knocked out 3-1 in the semi-final of the FA Cup against Chelsea, and it will look like it'd be Rashford to hit it. It's straight but wide. It's a straight shot, looked like decent connection, looked to knuckleball it, as his technique. Might have taken a small deflection. No deflection at all. That's going to be a goal kick. And that could have been a better chance to have whipped in a cross, but obviously it was very central, so could have been, you know, it would have had to be 10 out of 10 cross, really. So Copenhagen with the goal kick, but it's only straight to Fred, who's looked to play in Rashford first time, and has won the ball back after the first pass failed. And now Martial can drive down the left-hand side. Looks to feed Rashford, back heel into Greenwood, and he just lost his footing as he shot, and Johnson can collect. It's a really lovely bit of movement from the front three, but didn't pay off then. But it is Beale now, and Varela on the overlap against Brandon Williams. Looks to cut it back instead to Starger, and all the way back to Nelson and Bjelland. Of course, he had a successful career at Brentford, but chose to move to Copenhagen a couple years ago, and really hasn't looked back since. And a short goal kick is played straight to Pogba, who looks to feed in Rashford, but the pass wasn't quite on, and Varela can head back to Starger, who finds Beale. It's back to Varela. And all the way back to Johnson. It's 10 minutes in, so there'll be another 12 and a half before the water breaks that have been introduced in this match, probably due to the sweltering heat that is around at the moment. Apologies for the poor quality. That should have changed now. It's Maguire now looking for Rashford, and it's a fantastic pass into him. Looks to whip it into Martial. Not only did no one make the run, but the pass wasn't really good enough either, and that will be Copenhagen's ball now. And it is Starger. Boyleson now down the left. Driving centrally, actually, cuts it back to Wind and sweeps it wide to Varela on the right-hand side. Plays in a nice pass to Beale on the edge of the box. Fred for company. Has to track back and play it back to the Uruguayan. And Starger to Zika. And it's Nelson to Wind. And it's Varela again. Looking to get past Fred, can't quite do so. Fernandes has won that back fully. And now United have the chance to counter. It's Fred playing it to Rashford. Looking to get past the Copenhagen captain Zeka, but couldn't do so. And now it's with Bjelland and Boyleson. Back to Bjelland. Zeka. Nelson. Nice bit of pace from him. Varela. No options there. He has to play it back. So, started to settle down this game. Not really been many, not been many kind of openings for either side. Just the one really for United, and other than those couple of set pieces that were relatively inefficient at causing problems, but it's now Copenhagen on the attack on the edge of the box, down the right. Beale's gone in. It's gone all the way through to Darami, but it's defended well in the end by Bailly and Maguire. I think Williams really should have done better with dealing with Beale. I'll have to have another look at that, but Copenhagen still with the ball, and the captain, Zeka, plays a long pass into Boyleson. Can get there. It's a brilliant ball, and he whips it in first time. I think it hits Wan-Bissaka in the face, and he's gone down now, so we can probably have a look at that chance. Just showing it again. Yeah, it catches him square in the side of the face. That's a nasty one for Wan-Bissaka. Should be fine. But let's have a look at that. Brandon Williams does pretty poorly there. And Bailly gets a really, really good foot in to stop Daramy from scoring his 5th goal of the season. And Maguire clears in the end, which should be a wake-up call. Again, we saw the wake-up calls against Lask last week on Wednesday. And hopefully won't need as many chances, and certainly need to be losing the game to wake up and score. Hopefully the mentality of this team that has pushed United kicking and screaming back into the top 4, back into 3rd place, will send them through to the semi-final of the Europa League. But Wan-Bissaka is down. Obviously, they do have to do the head checks, but I think he might be all right. Boylison's gone down, though. It's not going to be... Looks like he's shaking his head. That's a big blow for him because he started very well, Boylison. And I think he is coming off now. Not sure who for, though. That decision hasn't been made by Solbakken. Let's have a look at that. It was probably when he was putting in that cross, just tweaked his hamstring, maybe. He's asking to come off. And bit of news in the other game. Inter Milan have gone ahead. Nicolo Barella has scored against Bayer Leverkusen. And that will be a big moment for Inter. And it is actually going to be Bengtsson who's coming on for Boylison in the left-back position. And that will, I think, be a straight swap. Of course, Copenhagen haven't managed to make a semi-final, quarter-final until this year, and they're looking to open the scoring, but a diving header from Brandon Williams stops a flash header across the goal from the set piece, and it's Zeka feeding, I think, Beal on the right-hand side, and it's Daramy. And he shoots, and it's all the way through to Starga, who tries to keep it on, but couldn't quite reach it and concedes a goal kick. Really, really good defending from Williams. It's a great ball in. It's flicked on. I can't tell by who. It could even be by Martial. But he's read that ball well, Brandon Williams, and it's a great diving header. It's a brave diving header too. And United get away with that one again. 15 minutes gone, and United with the goal kick taken short to Maguire, and now Bailly. Ball into Greenwood, first time to Wan-Bissaka, couldn't quite reach it. It will be a throw to Copenhagen. But this should be a wake-up call for Manchester United. It's going to be a throw in. Flicked all the way back to Bengtsson, but Swift can then win it again. Maguire can take it away from Daramy, play it to Williams, who's pressed by Falk. It's back with Eric Bailly. Of course, made a crucial block to stop Copenhagen's first chance of the game. Plays it to Fred, who lost the ball, and it's bad. It's in towards Swift, and Daramy's got a chance. Bailly stopped him so far, but he's got another chance. It's blocked by Maguire. Then Swift gets in his own way, and it's cleared eventually by United, but they're all over the place, United. Fred gives that ball away poorly, and now Greenwood could be through, but he's handled the ball, and that will be a free kick to Copenhagen. But that was a nervy chance again from United. Fred giving the ball away really poorly. Yeah, that is handball from Greenwood. He would not have counted had that gone in, but the referee blew anyway, and it's back with the goalkeeper, and he plays it looking for Swift, Wind even, but Fernandez was fouled, I think, and that will be a free kick to United. We can have a look at that big chance again, hopefully. They're not showing it yet, but hoping they'll do so soon. Looks like it's going to be Fernandes to take this one. Was a foul. It is going to be Fernandes. No shot from Rashford. I think this is a bit further out, but it's similar position. And so it will have to be a perfect cross to get any kind of chance away for United. And it is Fernandes who flicks it in towards Maguire, who looked like he was pulled back, but it wouldn't have made a difference, and it will be a goal kick to Copenhagen. So let's have a look at that chance again. So Fred just dallies on the ball, gives it away really poorly. It's threaded through to Darami. Bai doesn't really deal with it, and he slides in, and then Maguire dives in really well, and then it's Pogba who comes back and stops the shot from Starger. And yeah, it's a really, really poor decision from Bai, but a great challenge from Maguire. And then Pogba cleans up in the end. Something we haven't seen him do in the last few years, but this certainly since he's been back from injury, he's been far better defensively. But he's going to have to be defensive now as Copenhagen are on the attack with Xhaka looking for a ball in towards Bengtsson, but Wan-Bissaka has to clear. It's deflected off the left back, and Romero has to react quickly to stop Darami from getting in. It's been very nervy from United. He plays it short to Fred, and now Pogba to Wan-Bissaka. Maybe still trying to shake off that early clash. And it's Fred again to Fernandes. First time into Williams. It's a bit sharper. Rashford to Fernandes. And Williams looking to cut it back. Couldn't quite do so. It's deflected back for a corner. And the news gets worse for Leverkusen as Lukaku scores and makes it 2-0 to Inter Milan. Let's have a look at this from Bai. Does get an elbow in the face, actually. Anyway, corner from Fernandes, taken short to Fred. He's whipped it in now with his weaker foot towards Maguire. There's a chance. And Fernandes. And that's a penalty, I think. He's given a penalty. It's a penalty to Manchester United. And it's whipped in from Fred. Maguire looks offside, actually. And he's headed it back. And it looks like there's an elbow maybe from Nelson in his back. Hang on. They've changed their minds now. Something's gone wrong with Clement Turpin, who I've now actually recognised, I think was the referee that was in the Paris comeback. He's made a mistake here. He's said he's going to give a penalty, but in fact it is actually a goal kick, which I think means that Bruno Fernandes hit the bar. I did see an elbow in from Nelson, actually, but that's not going to be given. And in fact, it is going to be a goal kick, which is a calamity of errors. I was just saying there haven't been any problems with refereeing, but today it's not begun well, as 22 minutes goes on the clock here. And it's back with Varela, who leaves it out for a throw. In fact, they've not given a penalty now due to an offside against Maguire, which I thought would happen. But it is a few errors there as Varela just slips when trying to throw the ball. Gets a second try and finds wind. And United can recover, though, with Wan-Bissaka after Greenwood won it well. Fernandes gives it away. And now it's Xhaka on the ball, looking to counter, getting past Bai. He's in the box on the left-hand side, but he slips, and Bai can let it go out. But a bit of poor play from Fernandes, who probably wasn't expecting to get that ball there. But as he tries to do a step over Xhaka, he just fumbles it onto his left foot, and United can take the goal kick short. Bai to Wan-Bissaka, to Pogba, Maguire. Game certainly has opened up in the last 5 or 6 minutes. Fred And it's Rashford, who's been almost non-existent, really, in the last 10 or so minutes. So is Martial, to be fair. And Maguire's long pass is headed back into play by Brandon Williams, but is given straight away, and Darami could try and get past the England international, but has rouletted past Fernandes, but that was probably a poor decision. And Pogba can find Martial, who's got players for company. He looks to find Greenwood. Greenwood down the right-hand side in the box. Has been pulled too far away, and he has to cut back. Plays it back to Pogba, who looks to get past Zeka and finds Fred. Rashford, back to Fred. Havertz has scored for Leverkusen. They're back in with the shout. Pogba to Martial. Good strength, good turn. Looked like he was fouled, but it's all the way back with Nelson, who looks to clear, but only as far as Maguire on the halfway line. It's back with Fred. Rashford to Fred. Back to Rashford, who's come centrally. He's looked to cross it in towards Greenwood. It's going to be over here. It's going to be a goal kick. That was certainly not the best decision from Rashford, who has been realistically looking to not use his pace as much in the last few games, basically since he's been back from injury, and been looking to be more creative on the ball and play it towards, certainly link up with Shaw when he was fit. Williams, certainly less than Shaw, but has certainly been trying to do that. But this time it hasn't come off, and it didn't really come off against Leicester either. But it will be a drinks break now, a couple minutes over, but will be a drinks break as United will probably get a bit of an earful from their manager, who's almost certainly not happy with how they've started, because it's been sloppy, it's been careless, and it's certainly been error-prone in the first 25 minutes of the game, as Copenhagen have really had the better chances. As I've said, if you have any questions or topics you'd like for me to discuss throughout the watch-along, please comment below on the live chat and I'll get to them as soon as I can. We will also be having a live match reaction, player ratings and a Q&A 15 or so minutes after the game has finished. And so tune into that if you'd like to hear the player ratings too and have your own say on who should have been the man of the match, who played well and who didn't. Of course, we'll hopefully be bringing some more positive news, including the game, but we won't be bringing, unfortunately, any transfer news until hopefully tomorrow. We're expecting some things tomorrow regarding contracts, maybe not with Sancho, but with some of the youngsters, as well as maybe Paul Pogba, it has been rumoured, but we'll have to see. Of course, the reports today from Michael Zorc saying that Sancho will not be sold and is going to be a Dortmund player for next season. And we'll have to see whether Manchester United can pull a rabbit out of the hat in the next few days. But as the drinks break has finished, it will be a Copenhagen goal kick that's taken long by Jonsson to Darami, but it's headed back by Pogba, but recovered well by Varela, who's played very well, certainly looking to impress against his former club. And Beale looked to get past Williams and has done very well there, Brandon Williams, to win the ball back. Fred to Fernandes on the halfway line. No luck forwards, goes back to Bailly, who shifts it very well to Greenwood, who gets past a couple, finds Fernandes, who's held off Starga very well. Martial looked like he was fouled, and it will be a free kick to United in a much more dangerous position, about 25 yards out. And that's a big chance for United to get off the mark in this game. It was actually Jens Stay, apologies if I've been saying his name wrong, as Stargate Stay, who fouled there, and it will be looking like it's going to be Fernandes, but there's Fred and Pogba alongside him, but he's placing the ball down, and I think everyone knows who's going to take this shot on, and Fernandes will be looking to score his 11th goal for Manchester United. And Jonsson has left a massive space to his left, actually. So there's a very big chance for Fernandes if he can get this on target. And he sizes it up, and it's over the bar. That was relatively disappointing because there was a lot of space there, but it was a big wall. So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt there. But he's disappointed with himself. 28 minutes gone. It's another goal kick for Jonsson to take. And United really need to sharpen up. It's taken long. Pogba misses the header, but Wan-Bissaka gets the ball, looks to flick it on. It's lost and given back to Zeka, but he's given it away. It's Rashford to Martial. Poor touch from the Frenchman. It's given back to Wind. And now Zeka to Bjelland and Nelson. Varela. Stay. Long pass looking for, I think, Darami. It's only found Maguire, who's dealt with that very well. Found Fred now. Long pass looking for, I think, Greenwood, and he's found him. Very, very well indeed. Martial skips past Zeka. Maybe look for the shot, dummied it, shifts it to Wan-Bissaka. He's done very well there again, Martial. It's Greenwood. Cut past and found Pogba, who's looked for Rashford on the edge of the box. He's found him. Lovely pass there. And Rashford maybe lines one up. Instead, opts to keep the ball, whips it in towards Martial, who was stretching but couldn't make any contact. It was a good chance for United, but still no shot on target. It was really, really nice work from Rashford. Really nice side-footed cross. And Martial just can't reach it with his left foot. I think maybe he should have gone for his head, but might just be being a bit harsh there. Still 0-0, 30 minutes played. And this is anyone's tie at the moment, really. But United starting to settle into a rhythm, maybe after a bit of an earful in that drinks break. But Wan-Bissaka clears from the goal kick. It will be a throw to Copenhagen on the left. Interesting to see how Copenhagen take this, because they are taking the game to United. They're not exactly defending deep, because they obviously know there's only one chance. This isn't a campaign. This isn't a second leg. They can't wait out a draw and see if they can nick a point or nick a win or something in the reverse leg. It's all or nothing really here, and of course that is sensed by all the players and the managers. And Williams with a throw on the other side after bit of play from Beale, but nothing really noteworthy. As a long pass finds Pogba, who's got a lot to do, but he's found Greenwood very well, and Wan-Bissaka has a lot of space ahead of him. But opts to play in Pogba, who looks for Fernandes, and it's a looped header from Bruno, and he's kept the ball, so it's a brilliant pass in the end. And Williams has a chance, he cuts back, looks for Greenwood on the edge of the box, he's lost his footing. Martial's there. He's trying to get a foot in. He can't quite do so. And Copenhagen can clear for a throw. Just about. Williams obviously looking to try and put in a better cross with his right foot. He's obviously less confident with his left. Now that's a bit loose, but Fred's done very well there. Maguire. Rashford. Back to Maguire. Bailly, who's actually, his distribution's been a lot better than we've seen pretty much throughout his United career. And Rashford looks to find Fernandes, and he's done well there. Williams back to Rashford. Pogba checks back, gets past Darami, plays in Fernandes, he dummies the shot, and again, and Pogba's found him, and there's a cross in towards Martial, but it's played to Wan-Bissaka. Now Greenwood on the edge of the box, shifts it one way, shoots. It's headed away by Bjelland for a corner, but probably less a header and more a deflection off his head. But still a United corner. United starting to camp in Copenhagen's half. And now we have the corner which Fernandes will take. Same side, same from the left-handed side. It looks like he's going to take it long this time instead of short. because no options available, and United looking to break the deadlock. It's in towards Maguire, but it's headed away by, I think, Nelson, and cleared in the end by Zeka, but only as far as Wan-Bissaka. So now Fred looks to clip it in. It's a nice ball in towards Rashford, who slips and can't get enough contact. Probably lost his concentration, a crucial moment, but maybe it was overhit too. I think the goalkeeper might have put him off. But a half chance for United again. Johnson has obviously collected and hit it long, but it's headed out by Bailly. He's given a foul against the Ivorian. Was Wind, who was also competing. Wind, who is currently Copenhagen's danger man. He obviously got 2 goals and 1 assist against Başakşehir, and will be looking to continue his good form. And they have a set piece now. It's about 40 yards out, I'd say. And it will be, hopefully, because of the difficult angle, hopefully a comfortable one for United to deal with. But it is whipped in. And it's headed wide, but it's cleared by Bailly for now, but only as far as Zeka, who has to play it all the way back to the centre-backs, Nelson and Bjelland. And it is Bjelland now who looks to play in Darami, but it's trickled out for a goal kick. Jason said this team has to get better at corner kicks next season. Yes, absolutely, because we've only scored from 2, one being a header, one being a long-range shot from Paul Pogba, but certainly have to be much better at this, and I think the tactics have to improve. I'm sure that maybe Solskjaer's seen the issues of playing it to the back post with Maguire, and instead maybe play him at the near post and cause more problems instead, because that's where the corners are actually going, to the near post. So we'll have to see that as United look to play it out by finding Pogba, and Fernandes on the ball has a chance to feed in Rashford, but it's just overhit, and Rashford couldn't quite take it into his stride. But United need to sort themselves out very soon, because Copenhagen might fancy themselves with 10 minutes to go. And of course, we did see in the last game that as United got sloppier, Lask grew into the game and eventually scored a fantastic goal, but almost unexpected in the sense that we would have expected United to have actually come out of the second half all guns blazing, and instead went a goal down. But it is Zeka in towards Wind, and it's back with Bjelland. Plays it into his wide player Rasmus Falk, and it's really just about keep ball for Copenhagen at the moment. United not really pressing too much. I think Solskjaer will be disappointed at that. It looks like Martial's gone on to the left for the moment. Rashford's down the middle. I think that's probably to try and get him more through on goal. But it's now Bengtsson down the left for Copenhagen. He looks to get past Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka looked to get a foot in, but he's got past it. He can't get past Bailly, though, who clears in the end. And only as far as Nelson. Now Bjelland. Zeka. It's a reverse pass from Falk. It's actually a long, really nice pass to Varela. And he puts in a ball towards Darami. Another foot from Bailly stops him from scoring. He has been very sharp all game, Eric Bailly. And it's a fantastic ball in from Varela. But Bailly had to be smart there and read the game well. And he did just that. But it will be a corner for Copenhagen. Did get a good chance from one side. They'll have to take it from their right-hand side. And they whip it in. Romero punches, but only as far as Darami on the edge of the box. Fred looks to get it past, but Darami can keep it. Varela gets past Brandon Williams, despite having his shirt pulled. Referee hasn't given an advantage. It's Zeka. Back to Darami. And it's Nelson to Bjelland. Durrami loses out to Pogba, but he can't get hold of the ball, Paul Pogba, and it's back with Bjelland. Xhaka looks to feed it through, again blocked by Pogba, but it falls to Bengtsson and Xhaka. Falk gets past Wan-Bissaka, can't find Durrami, it will be a throw to United. 7 minutes plus extra time, plus added time even for the first half, and it's not been the best. It's certainly been not as trialing as the last game, but still not exactly a intriguing watch from a United perspective. Obviously, Copenhagen have had some very good chances, so not been might be more ideal for their fans, as Wan-Bissaka slips and he has actually given away a throw. I think it might be given for Wan-Bissaka. Actually, it's a free kick. I can't see what the referee's given here, because it looks like Wan-Bissaka's actually fouled. Either way, the game's got game's been resumed after that confusion. It's Fred shifting it to Bailly, who's been very good so far this half. I think he's been United's best player. Maguire's obviously been very good as well, but I think the fact is that there were some questions raised as to why Bailly was put in instead of Lindelof, and he's shown his critics, he's shown that he's a competitive player in this team. Of course, there were links saying that United have offered him to AC Milan, but they turned it down. I don't see why they do that while he's playing as well as he has, really, when he's been fit. And Maguire looks for the long pass to Rashford. He's found him brilliantly. And it's Rashford looking to find options ahead of him. Has to look for Pogba laterally. It's Williams back to Fred. Pogba. Williams. No real movement. Again, we've seen this a few times recently. No movement ahead, but Martial and Rashford link up well there. Williams finds Rashford. Williams was on the overlap. Rashford looks for Martial. The pass wasn't good enough. And now Copenhagen can get away with Starger and Staven and Durrami, but it's defended well by Fred, and Williams collects, and Maguire. Fred, 5 minutes left. It's certainly not been the most interesting game. Fred. United will be looking for a breakthrough late in this half, because they would rather not go in to the second half goalless, because it gives Copenhagen more hope. And Fernandes shifts it wide to Wan-Bissaka, he's done well there. Looks to get past, finds Greenwood. Back to Fred. Fernandes. Pogba's much more advanced at the moment, but Wan-Bissaka's selected. Can't quite get past Falk, but a whipped pass from Fernandes. Looks to find Rashford and instead find Williams, but he can't really control it to throw to Copenhagen. Be relatively disappointed with that. They're doing well, Copenhagen, now. They're now trying to defend the goalless draw at the moment. They're just trying to make sure they don't concede late in this half. Of course, does mean that they could be susceptible to just relentless attacking, but I think they'd rather that than have to then fight their way back in the second half. I don't think there's been a shot on target from Manchester United, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think there has been. But long ball looking for Fernandes. It's headed back, but it's dealt with well by Nelson, who acted very smartly in chesting it back to his goalkeeper, Solbakken, as Fernandes was found very well by Fred on that occasion. And it's a long goal kick. Bailly does well to control that. Find Wan-Bissaka. It's back with Bailly after a pass from Fred. I think Solskjaer might want to change things, get Matic on the team, because I think Pogba doesn't really trust Fred to be in control of the ball in those positions, whereas Matic is certainly he's been far more composed of late than Fred has in the last couple of games. Of course, it's nothing to take nothing away from Fred, who's had a a much better season this year. Certainly later stages. But now Fernandez looks for Martial. Was he brought down? Referee says nothing. Might want to have a look at this, but Martial got the ball. It looked like there was a shove. There is going to be a check. Play's gone on, though. Don't think they will actually continue. I think they obviously deem that insufficient. Pogba to Williams. Rashford to Pogba. Looks to get past Darami. Can't find any options ahead. He has to play it back to Bailly. It's back with Fred, who's almost playing as a back three. And I think that probably will warrant Matic's inclusion later in this game. But Maguire's found Greenwood brilliantly there. And Wan-Bissaka's on, and he's got a ball in towards Martial, who chests it down and looks to try and hook it into the goal. But it's cleared and defended well in the end by Bjelland. But Fernandez now looks for Rashford. He's found Rashford on the edge of the box. Can't get past Varela. Cleared, but only as far as Maguire. It's back with Williams, but he's done well against Beale and played Rashford in, who whips it through, and it's punched away by the goalkeeper. And it's lucky it didn't find Martial, and it is Nelson that can clear now and finds Wind. But Maguire again does well in the air. Finds Bailly. Fernandez flicks it towards Fred. It's sloppy. It's given away. But Bailly reads it well and recovers. Greenwood can't quite get on the end of that, though. It's back with Bengtsson. Maguire. Rashford. Now, Martial's offside, but Greenwood doesn't look to be. It's a chance now for Greenwood, and he scores. And that is a brilliant goal from Greenwood. A brilliant, brilliant finish. He shoots on his left, he shoots on his right. It will find the back of the net eventually. But there will be a check. As 4 minutes is added on to the half. We'll see this. Now, it's cleared by the goalkeeper. Maguire does well in the air. And it's flicked on. I think Greenwood is onside. Martial was off, but he doesn't go towards the ball. And Greenwood gets the ball from Rashford's header and drives into the box and finishes from a relatively tight angle, and that is an expert finish. And it looks like the referee, it is going to be checked. I'm not gonna write on the scoreboard yet. We're just having a look. And of course, if Greenwood does score this one, he will be the highest goal scorer from any Manchester United teenager in their history. Of course, surpassing the likes of Wayne Rooney and George Best, if I'm not mistaken. Let's have a look at this. Still checking. It's a long check. It's been at least over a minute now. And it's being chalked off. It's being chalked off. Offside. And United don't go in with the goal just yet. They still obviously have 4 minutes of extra time before they can 4 minutes extra time before, so they can make a difference then. But Greenwood's goal chalked off, and that is a bit of a gut punch for Manchester United. Let's see it now. Yeah, now that angle makes it far clearer that he is a whole person offside. Really, it's quite clear. But the angle was poor before. Made him look onside, really. But long pass, looking for Darami. In fact, just goes out for a goal kick, and United look to get it taken quickly. And it's Fred to Pogba. 2 minutes remaining of this added time. And of course, that would mean that United do still go in goalless if it stays as this, and it would mean that there are more things they have to be a lot better than they have been this half, and it is going to be, despite Rashford looking for a corner, it will actually be a foul against him on Varela, and they have added an extra minute, so there'll be another couple added on. So it's 5 now, and 2 remaining even after that extended check. Of course, Rashford and Varela do know each other well. Varela obviously provided an assist in Rashford's debut performance against Midtjylland in the Europa League. Of course, that's where he scored his first ever Manchester United goal. And the same can be said for both, not just for both, for Mason Greenwood, for Bruno Fernandes, and for Paul Pogba. It's a debut goal for 4 of the players starting today. Everybody else in this team has actually scored a goal other than Wan-Bissaka. So we'll see whether he can get a debut goal in that if history is to repeat itself. But 90 seconds remaining of this game, and Fernandes looks to drive it to Rashford. It's instead played back to Fred. Now Pogba. Now he looks for Rashford, who looked onside. He looks to play it into Fernandes, but Fernandes didn't read that. I don't think Rashford really should have done that. Instead looked maybe for a shot. But 60 seconds left, and it is still goalless. But United finishing the half a lot better, certainly a lot better than they started. Really good pass from Paul Pogba into Rashford, but Rashford's decision-making was poor there. Of course, he hasn't really been himself since being back from injury, but hoping maybe just that little spark will just get him back into the way of things. Of course, he had a brilliant period of time from October to January before his injury. He scored 19 goals in the Premier League. In all competitions in that time, and he'll be looking for some similar veins of form in this Europa League final in Germany. As a long cross is looked in towards Maguire, who went down, but I don't think he was expecting anything to be given, and that should probably be it for the half. And that is it for the first half, and it has been a little bit dire, certainly a lot sloppier than I was expecting, but not as clinical as we've seen this starting 11 be, and it has actually been overall balanced. I think Copenhagen had the best first 22 minutes, United had the best second part of the first half, and had a couple of chances, had a goal chalked off for offside correctly, but we will be hoping for a better performance in the second half, and I could even, if Solskjaer wants to be brutal, see a change where Fred comes off for Matic. But until that point, if you have any questions or topics you'd like for me to discuss, please comment on the live chat and I'll get to them just before the second half begins, and obviously throughout the second half. But until then, it will be the halftime break. We will be back in about 15 minutes' time. Hello and welcome back to the second half of United's quarter-final game against Copenhagen in the Europa League. Of course, for those of you just joining us now, I can briefly say that it's been another slightly disappointing first half of football for Manchester United. Probably the same thing could be said for the last few games as well. It's been a little bit stale in the first 22 minutes. United sort of trying to figure out how to kind of deal with Copenhagen, who were pressing quite heavily at the start of the game and actually created a fair few chances, which, if not for Bailly, Williams and Maguire, would not have actually might have actually got the lead. But United were the ones with the ball in the back of the net, but it was ruled off for offside at the end of the second half. A couple of penalty shouts as well, which were turned down for numerous reasons. One offside and one just rejected penalty, which was probably fair in the grand scheme of things. But it's the second half. There's still all to play for. No changes for either side. Obviously, Copenhagen were forced into one in the first half as Boyleson was was injured and could not play. And it will be Copenhagen to get us underway. And hopefully the lag won't be too bad in this game. As always, if you have any questions or topics you would like to discuss, please comment below on the live chat and I'll get to them as soon as I can. And Copenhagen do get us underway now, and it is a long ball after being played back to the centre-back, but Williams can deal with it and play a nice pass into Fred. Williams, who actually did have a really good first half, played into Maguire and now Bailly, who, while he had one nervy moment, was relatively solid too. Did say United's best player, and I'd probably stand by that. I think there's a 10-second lag in between my stream and this radio commentary, so apologies for that, but it could be worse. As now, Beale's looking to try and get past Williams, and Williams did really well defensively and won a foul. Fred plays it to Fernandes now on the left-hand side, but it hits Stay, and it will go out for a throw. Stay, who probably had a really good half, gave away a poor foul, which Fernandes really should have done better with about 25 yards out. But there's now a chance for United to put a foothold in this game, because you have to say, if a goal comes, you'd expect United to keep their lead and maybe have to resolve to counter-attacking football to just put Copenhagen to the sword. And now Bailly's given away another foul against, I think it's Jonas Wind, who was obviously the danger man against Başakşehir last week. And it looks like Bailly goes into the back of him, but I think that's a fair challenge. It's a bit disappointing that the referee's given that one, because I think that's just the aggression you see in the Premier League and the aggression that Bailly has really in his defending. But it's a dangerous set piece early in this first half. Couple players standing over it. It's left by the left footer, but whipped in by the right. It's headed out by Bailly and hit back in and cleared and hit really quite poorly by Rasmus Falk, who left the ball first. But now Brandon Williams with a good turn past Beale, looks to drive past Stay, and instead has to deal with Beale again. Played back to Fred, who's done well there. But now has given the ball away poorly to Stay. I mean, it's not an attacking position, but it's still possession squandered, really, by the Brazilian. It's a long pass from Johnson, and Maguire does well in the air. And Pogba recovers the ball, plays it back to the Englishman, and gets it back from him, and is fouled in the end on the halfway line by Beale, who was the one who put the cross in. Apologies for not being as alert to who the players are. As Stay gives away another foul, not in a dangerous area really, as United play it short, and Pogba looks to drive past. He is fouled, I think, but no play given, and Rashford looks to cut past on the left-hand side. He's driven into the box. He's got a chance to put it into Fernandes. He's got them there, and Pogba, and it's hit into someone. it's not actually. It's been given as a goal kick, I think. Looked like it was deflected. Not given. I think maybe the referee should have given a free kick to Pogba, who made a great run into the box, and it was just on the edge, but not given. And it's a goal kick to Copenhagen. It's long. I don't know why they keep doing long free kicks. Maybe they don't trust their ball playing abilities, because United are very aerially dominant at the moment. And Wan-Bissaka has found Bailly, because that goal kick went straight out for a throw. And it's Maguire with another long pass, looking for Rashford. It's found Rashford, I think. Varela with an error. And it's almost the corner flag, but Rashford looks for a ball in. And Martial was there, but it wasn't going to get to him. And it's a throw to Copenhagen in the end. It's a really nice idea from Maguire. Deflected into Rashford's path. And that was a chance. I think it just went behind Martial in the end. Rashford's technique with his crossing, obviously, is really hit and miss. But Copenhagen with a throw, and now they've got another one just further up the field. And it's going to be Bengtsson, who did come on for Boyleson midway through the half. And looked like Pogba was fouled there, and the referee's given that. Was Jonas Wind again. Pogba, I believe, playing his first Europa League. Against Lask, it was the first Europa League game since that final where he scored in. Fernandes, of course, ever present in the Europa League knockout stage, and fed in Rashford, who fed in Williams in turn, but couldn't quite get a touch on the ball, and it was steered away by Zeka for a goal kick. Really just need to control the game at this point. I think if they can keep possession, keep calm and keep composed, the goal will come. It's just whether they play sloppily and try and rush things, then Copenhagen will start to grow. Just can't afford to be a goal down, because it seems Copenhagen are very well drilled in the low blocks. So United need the first goal. And they look to almost get it in the end of the first half, but chalked off quite correctly for offside in the end. Was a long decision. Now, Fred with a good pass into Rashford. Looked like it could have got into Beale's possession, but Rashford's knuckle shot pass found Wan-Bissaka in the end. I think it was probably looking for Greenwood instead, but it's found Greenwood now. And Pogba with a cross into Martial. It's defended well by Bjelland, but Fred's won that, and it's now Fernandes. Into Martial, it's a good turn from him. It's a decent chance, but it's dealt with well by Nelson, and it's with Beale again. Pressed well by Fernandes. He's not got many options. It's deflected into Stay's path, and he's done well there. And he's found Wind, and now it's a chance for him to get forward. Darami, but Williams again has done very well to get a foot in. It looks like he's gone down injured as well. And it looks like it's going to be, maybe he doesn't look happy, Brandon Williams. But I think he's going to be okay. Let's have a look at that now. Just gets tangled in Wind as he runs forward. But he looks okay. It's back with Romero. Obviously he did kick it out, and Copenhagen are courteous enough to give it back to the Reds. And Maguire now, who clips it into Williams, who's done well to control it that time. Pogba, back to Fred. No real options ahead of him, no real movement. The Copenhagen rigid defensive shape is stopping United from really finding their groove, as Wan-Bissaka and Greenwood can't link up properly. It's now Bengtsson and Zeka and Stay who shifts it wide, looking for Beale, only finds Brandon Williams, in fact. It's now Fred, who feeds in. It looks like for Martial. It's now with Fernandez, but it's cleared again. And it's Bjelland, who's been fantastic, really. Bjelland and Nelson have both been brilliant. And it's Bjelland who gets it away this time. But it's only back with United. And now Fred to Williams, who's come central. Feeds it into Martial. It's a lovely pass. And he's down the left-hand side. He looks for Fernandez on the edge of the box. It's back with Williams. And Fred has a shot. It's straight at Johnson. At least United are playing better. This is much better. In fact, it's probably a poor shot from Fred. And when you look at it, I think he's going for the outside of the boot. I think he's looking for the corner. Probably would have been better going for a side foot. Maybe just hit it with his laces. But long kick is again dealt with well by Wan-Bissaka. Pogba to Fred, who was pulled back by Zeka, I think. And again, but he's kept the ball. And Martial was, I think, fouled. And it was a foul, Nelson. They're asking for cards, I think, Manchester United, because it looks really quite cynical. Of course, United now just play it short. And it's gone out for a throw, but in United's favour. And it's Fred now. Maguire, back to Fred. To Fernandez, finds Williams really well. Back to Fernandez. Pogba. And it's Wan-Bissaka down the right. Just looking to dance into the box. He's driven past one. He's put in a ball, but it's not really good enough. No one was making a run to the near post. I'm sure they were expecting probably a better delivery too. And it is back with Johnson, who's probably had more touches than some of the outfield players. As he hits it long yet again. And Bay again does well. But it's back with Beale. But it's Fernandez who wins the ball well and finds Fred, who leaves it for the Portuguese international. Williams. Rashford to Fred again. The press from Copenhagen is working, but Maguire's found a nice pass to Williams down the left, who's found Rashford in turn. It's Rashford into Fernandez and Greenwood, and he hits the post, but Rashford finishes, but he will be offside, Marcus Rashford. And that will be another frustrating moment for Manchester United as Greenwood hits the post from a brilliant effort. Really good play from United. And Greenwood flashes it in. Rashford's offside. It's undeniable. And that will be a frustrating moment for United again. But Copenhagen making changes. I think Solbaken's not happy with what's happening. And it is going to be Darami coming off for the starting striker against Başakşehir, Kaufman. And it's going to be the number 19, Brian Oviedo, coming on for Biel. I think a more defensive option. Of course, has scored some crucial goals for Everton and Southampton in his time in the Premier League. And I think United need to be just pressing that little bit more just to try and force some errors that this side have actually shown this game. But I think United will tie them down in the end. But rather not have to wait till the 80th minute like we did for the penalty against Leicester. Or even certainly the winner from Martial against Lask last time out. But United with the possession again as the hour mark approaches. And Maguire finds Fernandez really well. It's Fred on the ball, looking for Greenwood, and Greenwood's got good control there, but the pass wasn't there. And it's Nelson who's done well, and Fernandez and Greenwood combined have fouled Stay, and that will be a free kick to Copenhagen. As always, if you have any questions or topics you would like for me to discuss on the air, please comment below, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. Also, we will be doing a match reaction live after this game, wherever that will be, hopefully around 15 minutes after the game has finished. And it will also include player ratings and a question and answers. Now, Fernandez has found Greenwood, and he's lost control. Mason Greenwood, he couldn't get that there. It was a good chance. And I think it was onside. It's a brilliant find from Fernandes, but it trickles out for the goal kick. And United are starting to create chances. It's just that bit of clinical finishing and sharpness when making chances that is costing them the lead, really, at this point, as Jonsson hits another long goal kick. Bailly wins that. Fernandes looking for Martial. It's brought down well by Bjelland. And back to him from Folk. And all the way back with the goalkeeper now. Nelson. To Varela. But he loses out to Rashford. It's a really poor clearance from him. Rashford looking for Fernandes and has found him. Acres of space for him. He dummies past one. He looks for Williams. It's deflected off a white shirt and it will be a corner. I'm not really holding too much hope from the corner based on the last few deliveries, but it's a big chance again for United and they've got the big men up. Can United break the deadlock? It's whipped in by Fernandes towards Martial, I think. Headed out, but only as far as Williams. And now Fred. Back to Fernandes. Rashford. Fred. Oh, it's loose from Fred, but he's dealt with that well. He's read it and amended his error. It's back with Pogba to Fernandes, who flicks it in towards Rashford. And that's a chance, and he's messed it up as well. He's messed up a big, big chance. He had all the time in the world. And he could have probably brought it down and played it through to Pogba. But he's made a hash of the shot. And it was into the arms of Jonsson. And now it's a chance for Copenhagen. And they have a chance. They cut it back. And it's to Wind. But it's a really, really poor shot. And the flag is up now. But it was a poor shot in the end. And Romero caught it after 2 tries. And Maguire's now been booked. I'm not quite sure for what, though. I don't understand what that was for. But anyway, we move on. Yeah, Maguire just brings down Kaufman, who was, I think, getting the better of him there. And no one really picked up on the run from Jonas Wind. And that could have been a dangerous chance for Copenhagen on the counter. But we'll have to see how United wake up to that. Zeka. And it's a brilliant bit of play from Falk. And he's got Varela there. And it's poor from Williams originally. But he gets a second foot in and stops Varela from getting through on goal. And that was another big chance. Looked like Williams slipped initially, and now it's deflected pass from Fernandes is cleared by Nelson, but back to Bailly. And it's Pogba. Shows United are a little bit more susceptible now. Fernandes has a hit, and it's hit the post again! And it's out for a throw, and what do United have to do to score? It's a fantastic effort from Fernandes. Whipped and just swerved everywhere. And it looked like it was going to go in, but to no avail. Fernandes now into Martial. It's chested out by Bjelland, but only as far as Fred. It's back with Rashford on the edge of the box. Back to Fred, who can bring it in. It's overhit the cross. It's headed out. And now Copenhagen can counter. It's Bailly trying to get past, and he's fouled Swift. Wind even, apologies. And that's going to be a yellow card for Bailly. And now Pogba's furious with this. He's saying Bailly's just being aggressive. And that's not a foul, really. I've looked at that again. He's just put an arm over him. It's nothing. There's nothing in that at all. And he's just dived Wind. But now United centre-backs are both on yellow cards. And the counter-attack is proving to be a lot more promising for Copenhagen. I can see United making a change soon, maybe bringing on Matic, who will hopefully steady the ship. But It's Copenhagen for the moment, and they play a nice pass in down the left-hand side. Pogba's done well there, and he can potentially bring it away, but Wan-Bissaka has got the throw instead. Back with Fernandes. Fred loses out to Kaufmann. It's back with Pogba, though, who's looking to hold off the striker and play it back to Eric Bailly. And it's with Wan-Bissaka, who gets past the winger and looks for Fernandes. He can't leave it for Martial. Can't get there in time. It's back with Stay and Bengtson. Oviedo looks to get past Wan-Bissaka and can't do so. Will be a throw to Copenhagen, though. This has been a really, really poor bit of play from United in the last 5 minutes. They've obviously hit the post a couple times, which has been unlucky. You have to say they've been very unlucky not to score, but it's the defending that needs to potentially be a little bit more solid, and that's the problem when you play against low blocks. You have to get the goal, you have to pile players forward, and then the counter-attack is susceptible. It's something that United have been experts at throughout the season against the bigger teams, and now Copenhagen are trying to use it now with Falk finding Varela on the overlap. Rashford's not tracking back. It's back with Falk, who's looking to get past Fred and Williams, and he cuts past both of them brilliantly, and there's a cutback available to Wind, and there's a chance, and it's blocked by Wan-Bissaka. Brilliant, brilliant block. And now Fernandes has lost out, and now Bailly slides in and wins that aggressively, but it is back with Zeka. Falk did brilliantly there, but now there's another chance, and Wan-Bissaka has dealt with Oviedo first time. It's now a chance for Bengtson even. And he puts in a ball now, looking for the striker. It's dealt with well by Rashford, and now Varela loses possession to the number 10. And he's United try and clear, and he's found Fernandes brilliantly now. And now United could be on the counter. There's a chance Fernandes centrally. He's got options left, right, and the pass is awful. Really, really awful. He was caught in two minds, I think, Bruno Fernandes. And that was a really big chance wasted again. And now it's Wind back to Falk. The man who created the chance for Copenhagen just then. And you would probably say Wind probably should have had the shot on instead when he was free as a bird. But he played it to I think Oviedo, and it was blocked so brilliantly by Wan-Bissaka. But Copenhagen with the possession at the moment as the 66 minutes have gone. And it's still goalless. Williams to Rashford. Maguire. United really need that goal soon, and then they can be a bit more rigid. Bring on maybe Nemanja Matic or maybe even Scott McTominay, and then start to counter. But they need that goal first, and it doesn't look like it's their day at the moment. But Fred to Martial. And now Maguire. It is going to be Matic coming on soon. Martial centrally looking for Rashford and finds him. It's back to Williams. Fred. Fernandes. It's loose from Fred, but he's done well in the end. And Pogba, and great link-up play with Greenwood and Wan-Bissaka. Found Pogba again. He's having to do a lot at the moment. It's Fernandes. And now it's another shot from Fernandes, and it's straight at Johnson. And he's saved that well, though. Rashford to Williams. Pogba with a chance and a shot. And it's saved again by Johnson. Fernandes obviously wanting to open the score, and with a good shot. It's dipping, but it was straight at Johnson, and Pogba's one wasn't really testing the experienced goalkeeper. And it's Fernandes again, though, down the right-hand side. He has Greenwood for company, but I think he might play it back to Wan-Bissaka, and does. Greenwood to Fernandes, to Pogba, on the edge of the box, looks for Martial, back to Pogba, it's blocked, really, really well, good play again from United. Williams to Fred, good bit of pace there from Fred. Pogba leaves it for Fernandes, and he leaves it for Wan-Bissaka, and now it's with Greenwood. And a nice pass into Fernandes down the right-hand side. Has to cut back. He looks for any options. There aren't any ahead. It's Fred behind. It's Pogba. Back to Fred. Maguire. Loose touch, but no problems. As he shifts it to Eric Bailly. Pogba. Poor from him. Zeka has it now and looked to play in wind, but Fred's won that, and Pogba has another chance, and he looked to line up a shot. He dummies instead, plays in Martial, and it's deflected well by Beal, Rasmus Falk, and it will be cleared by Copenhagen for, I think, a goal kick, but I'm not sure. They're going to make a change now, United. It will be Fred coming off. I think that was clear. That probably should have happened a little bit earlier, but Fred did start to grow. But nonetheless, it will be Matic coming on now, and it will be Victor Lindelof too. And I'm assuming for Eric Bailly, who has looked very robust, very sharp, and really, really competent on the ball. And in reading the game, it will actually be the break as well. And I think it will be. It's not actually showing who it is, but I think it will. If it's anyone, it is going to be Eric Bailly. But we'll have to see. I will hold fire on that substitution until they've confirmed it. They've confirmed it now, and it is going to be Bailly coming off for Victor Lindelof as he pairs up alongside his usual centre-back pairing of Maguire and Lindelof. As the drinks break happens, and obviously 20 minutes left. United still without the goal. They've had 3 shots hitting the post. Still nothing from either side. Big chance for Copenhagen, but blocked really well by Wan-Bissaka. And another one saved by Romero. And it's cagey, it's nervy, it's certainly not an excellent performance. It's certainly not a good performance from United. You would have expected to brush Copenhagen aside. It's a brave performance from Copenhagen, you have to say. And they're doing very well to keep the score goalless, both defensively and in attack, really. You'd say they've been doing very well. It's that skill from Rasmus Falk that sets up that chance that Wan-Bissaka then blocks. It's a really, really good block from Wan-Bissaka. We'll have to see whether United can find a goal in the remaining 20 minutes, or Copenhagen can steal one, or it goes down to extra time, which is still an option. It won't go straight to penalties like in the Carabao Cup. The referee, Clément Turpin, looking to resume the game now, and he does, and it's given straight to Maguire from the throw-in. And he hits it long back to the goalkeeper, because I'm pretty sure what happened was there was an injury to one of the Copenhagen players. But this could be a dangerous setup now from United, because it's never really ideal to change the centre-back pairing, especially midway through a game. And there could be a little bit of a lack of communication, or maybe even Lindelof has to grow into the game because he's obviously got to adapt to this new team he's playing. But we'll have to see. Matic has just done well there, and Romero hits it long looking for Martial, but it's going to go all the way back to the opposition goalkeeper, Carl-Johan Jonsson, who's been active, mostly in taking goal kicks from sloppy play from United, really, but has had to make his fair share of saves. And it's back with Stay, and now Bjelland, and finding Varela down the right-hand side. It's a good pass from him, and he looks to cut it back to Falk, who gets past Matic, has a bit of a chance, and now there's a chance on the left-hand side for Oviedo, and he's got runners ahead of him, but he chooses to hit it. It hits it straight at Wan-Bissaka. This has not been a good 10 or 12 minutes from United, really, overall, because they've been susceptible to the counter, but it looks like Copenhagen are starting to tire. It's whether United tire too. They've obviously already made 3 changes. And it's now back with Matic after that throw. And he looks to find Rashford and can, but Rashford gives it away really poorly. And he's stayed down, Marcus Rashford. And it's Zeka. And they are going to let the medical staff come on. Rashford is down, and it doesn't look good for him. It's looking like he's going to be okay, though. Just gets a swinging leg from Varela. It is a foul, I think. I think it is a foul from Guillermo Varela, but he's up now, so no big concern from him. But he's not had the best game either way, as Williams throws it back to Victor Nelson. You have to say the defensive two for Copenhagen have been fantastic all game, and the wingers are starting to get into this match too. And Williams is one of the players that has been better for United, and it's now Kaufman who's now going to be booked for a really rather cynical challenge on Brandon Williams. It's really, really silly. Quite unnecessary as well, because I think Stay had him covered as well. So, poor decision from the big striker. But United will play on, and it's Matic back to Maguire. And it's Rashford looking to get past a couple players. It's deflected back into Williams' path, though. Fernandes looking for Wan-Bissaka. It's just swerves away from him in the end. And it will be a throw to Copenhagen. It's really, really disappointing to see this sort of sloppiness and really kind of unexpected sluggishness in the performance. And maybe it's because this season has been long. Maybe it's because they have been obviously limiting the rotation. And there has actually been a foul against Manchester United now. Looks like the team is tiring, and they won't have much rest after this game, especially if it goes to extra time before the semi-final against either Wolves or Sevilla. The result of that match will happen tomorrow, and it could be United, it could be Copenhagen. It's very, very evenly balanced at the moment. But you'd hope United's experience will get them through, but that is yet to be seen. And Vin's done very well there and found Zeka. And now it's a chance for Oviedo and Bengtsson to link up. And they found the captain Zeka again. It's flicked well by Falk, who's come to life in this second half. And now Varela with a cross in. It's cleared by Matic. And Rashford now, who has a chance to break. And he's got past Stay, and he's completely wiped out Marcus Rashford. And it's a yellow card for the central midfielder. Really, really good decision from him, really, from their perspective, because Rashford would have been through. And Rashford's furious, really, I think. But it was only a yellow card. With 13 minutes left of this game, can United get another late goal? Or will they be suffering extra time, or in fact a late shock of their own? But Matic slides it right to Wan-Bissaka. It's found Mason Greenwood. Pogba to Fernandes. To Rashford and Fernandes. And there's a chance for Rashford again and Martial. And it looks to hit Rashford. Looking for a handball, not given. Pogba struggling to get past Zeka, and it's now found Fernandes. Deflected back to Matic. The defensive line for Copenhagen is very strong. Wan-Bissaka now. It's Pogba looking to flick it past. Wan-Bissaka's not going to get there. And it's dealt with well by Oviedo and Bengtsson. But it's only hit long to Harry Maguire, who has all the time in the world to play it to Matic forward. And Lindelof And now it's Wan-Bissaka down the right-hand side. He's got chance to put in a ball. It's just hit straight at Stay and cleared for a throw-in by Bengtsson. And this is genuinely his the thing he needs to improve on the most. Wan-Bissaka, it's the deliveries and overall attacking play, because that is his real limitation in this United side, because it's defensively outstanding. That is something that will have to be worked on as he develops as a player, because he's obviously still very young and has a lot of time to improve. But Lindelof's pass now, looking for Greenwood, was cut out, and now the ball can be cleared, but it's going to go all the way back to Sergio Romero and Matic. And you'd hope United's experience, their form certainly, and their class will outdo Copenhagen in the end, but this should really and could have been a more comfortable game. And a flick from Fernandes is allowed to be trickled out by Bengtsson again, and it will be a throw. I think we can see, it might be a chance to see Odion Ighalo come on, maybe, or maybe even Juan Mata, add a bit more creativity against this low block, but nothing yet hinted, and Wan-Bissaka looked like he got a shove in the back, but it will be a throw to Copenhagen just a bit further up the field. Still in their own half, though. 10 minutes left, and it is still all to play for. And it's back with Bengtsson and Nelson and Bjelland. Wan-Bissaka looked to get it past Wind, but it's Zeka back to Wind and now Stay. Looking for a long pass to Varela. Found him very well. Looked to flick it on to Falk. And he's got past Pogba for the moment. But Varela now on the overlap is a good chance. And he's brought down. It's not going to be given as a penalty. And now Pogba finds Fernandes. He's lost out to Zeka. Nothing given by the referee. And it's back with Zeka. There will be a check going on because it did look a bit clumsy. But for the moment, United with the ball. Matic and Fernandes shift it back to Lindelof. Certainly another nervy moment because on the overlap, United are getting cut apart on this right-hand side. And it's Greenwood now. No penalty given. The check is complete. Greenwood whips it in looking for Rashford. It's cleared, but only as far as Lindelof. But it's back with Copenhagen, and now there's a chance for Kaufmann, but it's not going to reach him. Maybe we can see this penalty call. It's Varela in, and he cuts back. There's nothing in that. No, Williams isn't trying to play the ball. He's not blocking him off. He just gets past him. He feels a bit of contact and goes over that. That's never a penalty for me. Matic and Pogba. Back with Matic. And it's Fernandes. And it's Williams now. It's still 2-1 as far as I know in the Inter versus Leverkusen match. And Rashford whips in a shot that was speculative at best and goes over the bar. I can see Rashford maybe coming off, but then you really wouldn't want to be losing a player of his quality should it go down to extra time. But I can also see Ighalo coming on, or maybe Mata, as I said. I could also see Greenwood coming off, who's after hitting the post hasn't really been his lively self, or clinical self certainly, but has barely had chances to be clinical in, as Maguire's header is deflected into Stay, and he looks to bring it forward, but it's only played to Lindelof and Williams. Rashford back with Matic and Maguire. Back with Lindelof and Maguire. And it's found a brilliant pass to Williams. And it's cut. His pass to Rashford's cut out, but Martial has a shot, and it's a great save from Jonsson. Fantastic save and a fantastic effort from Martial. It's whipped into the bottom corner, or almost top. It's just not wide enough, and it's a big save from Jonsson. And it's now a corner for United on the right-hand side. Fernandes with the outswinging corner. It's looking for Rashford. It's headed, but out. It's only looking for Wind, and Wind can then try and feed Falk, but it's trickled out for a throw. But it will be back in United's possession for now. It's Lindelof shifting it to the left-hand side, and Matic. Maguire. There's only about 6 minutes left plus extra time. I'm not sure how much will be added on. Now Maguire looking for Rashford. It's overhit. It's really not quite good enough. And we've seen Maguire spraying the play a little bit over this game, but that time wasn't one of his best. And it's a long pass headed back towards Bruno Fernandes by Maguire, but it's only found Zeka, and it's back with Bjelland and now Nelson, who's found a nice pass into Falk and Stay. You have to say United do look like they're tiring. I can see maybe Mata coming on. Sorry, I've said this so many times, I apologise, but I think we need changes. But it's whether Solskjaer trusts the squad depth, and I don't think he does. But it's Falk now who gets away from Matic. He's dealt with by Pogba, and now it's blazed over by Wind. And there's 5 minutes left, and it's still up for grabs. Falk did really well to get past Matic. You'd probably say Matic should have done a lot better, but you have to say it's getting to the point where it could be a snatch and grab for either side, and certainly not United in the driving seat, but we'll have to see. And Pogba's now found a pass to Rashford. It's a bit overhit. Rashford can keep it on, but he slipped and it will go out. McTominay's warming up, I think, along with Pereira and Igalo, and it's just not been Rashford's day today. Pogba's pass was a smart decision, but probably poor execution overall. And it will be a throw to Copenhagen. 4 minutes left. I can expect there will be a few added minutes, but not an extortionate amount. Matic's header is contested by Kaufman, but Pogba's is not, and United can keep the ball. But Williams is being hounded by Falk and can find Lindelof. Nonetheless, Wan-Bissaka. Pogba. Oh, he might have just given that away, but he's dealt with it well in the end. Good strength, good skill. He's found Fernandes as well with a brilliant pass. And now Fernandes can find Rashford down the left. There's a chance because there are not really many numbers back for... And now Fernandes has a shot and it's blocked brilliantly again by, I think, Nelson. There was another chance for Fernandes on the edge of the box. Now Stay. And a brilliant sliding challenge blocks Varela's long ball, and it will be a throw on the halfway line. Still been really sloppy in the end and not really got that final bit of quality. Hitting the post, Martial's shot. It's not exactly been an easy road through, but still not done. Matic now looking to get through the press. Finds Maguire. Really well done from him. Matic. Rashford now looking to get past Falk, but has to shift it back to Maguire. Maguire now looking for Wan-Bissaka with a long pass. He's found him there. It's well done again from the captain. Pogba. It's a chance now. Greenwood on the right-hand side. He's found him, and the touch probably took him wider than he would have wanted, but it's back with Pogba now. It's a chance for him to flick it to Martial. And there's now a pass into Wan-Bissaka. It's all the way along the box and no one attacked the cross. Really, really good play again from United. But the chance still will not come. It's a big, big chance and a good run, good play. But just that final bit, yet again, has let United down in this game. And Kaufman wins the header from the throw, but Matic can keep it alive for United. Pogba looking for Martial. The pass wasn't really there, and it's shielded by Bjelland well for Johnson to collect. There's 1 minute plus extra time, and then it will go to... 1 minute plus added time, and then it will go to extra time if it stays like this. Something United desperately don't want. They've already had a long season as it is. And it's the goal kick is, or rather the drop kick from the keeper is straight out for another throw. You can't say either side have really been good enough to win the game, but the shots on the post from United and the blocks from, I think, Wan-Bissaka and Bailly against Copenhagen, they've sort of been the big chances for both sides. I still don't think Copenhagen have actually had a shot on target, because I think the one that would have counted was actually offside in the end. But United shots on target, only one has really tested Johnson. The rest have been ones on the post that have been far more troubling for the goalkeeper. And he was obviously beaten and both. And it's 3 added minutes as United look to push for the winner in what little time remains. And Pogba finds Martial, and that's good link up with him and Wan-Bissaka. Can't find a driving run forward. It looks for Pogba instead. It finds him, back to Martial, gets past Stay, and he drives into the box. He drives in, still on he goes, and it's defended well by Nelson again. And that looked like a big chance again as Martial danced through the box, and it's let go. That's a big challenge again from Nelson. Brilliant run from Martial, who gets past the left back, and I think and also Bjelland, but it's the youngster Nelson with a big leg into the ball and slides it through from Martial. But he might be down now, actually. Nelson. I think he'll be okay. I think he's just buying time, perhaps. And it will be another couple of minutes in this full 90, but looks set to be extra time unless either side can find a winner. United, of course, have the famous knack of scoring late winners, but they have recently been susceptible to some late goals conceded, and Pogba's furious with this. That match against Inter has ended, and Inter will be through to the semi-final against either but now it's Falcon. That's a chance for Stay, and Falk again, and Varela. Couple chances, maybe a chance now. Maguire's done well there to get a foot in, but it's played back to Falk. Reverse pass into Stay, who looks for a shot, and it's just over the bar. And there's 40 seconds left of this game. You would probably expect an extra minute after that injury to Nelson, but perhaps not. They haven't added it on. This is going to be a big test for both sides if they can get through extra time. But it is still up for grabs. Zeka to Falk, who shifts it back to the captain. United look tired, and so do Copenhagen, to be honest. And now it's whipped into the path of Bengtsson, but he plays it back to the centre-back, Bjelland. And I think this will go to extra time, as the 3-minute mark for added time has been already surpassed. And that is it for now. But we will be back very soon for the extra time and it's certainly not been United's half, because they had enough chances to win the game, but didn't manage to convert them, really. And that's going to be a disappointing. That's going to be a disappointing 90 minutes for United, and you have to say they have to be better. But we'll be back shortly for the extra time. We are back with the extra time onto this quarter final with Manchester United against Copenhagen. And of course, not the ideal situation, certainly. It's been disappointing, sloppy, sluggish, and it's been really, really poor, you have to say, from Manchester United overall. It looks like it's Matta's coming on. I'm not sure for who. I would expect maybe Wan-Bissaka. No, Wan-Bissaka, sorry. Rashford, who's been really sluggish. But I can also see maybe, like I said, maybe Mason Greenwood coming off. But I think it might be more likely to be the number 10, who has been probably one of the worst players in this game. But I don't think he is, actually. I'm not sure who he's come on for. I've not seen who. It is going to be Mason Greenwood, who's come off. Greenwood, obviously, who thought he'd open the scoring, in fact, had been chalked out for offside. He'll be disappointed at that, but it's probably the right decision, as United needs to start being more creative against these low blocks, and Copenhagen will start to tire, we can only hope, because United could be susceptible on the counter, because Falk and Varela have been fantastic all game and certainly sprung to life in the second half. It's obviously been unlucky at points, but you would expect United to have created more chances, been far more clinical. And hopefully again, we'll see how things go as United get us underway. Martial playing it back to Matic and Williams. I think United will look to dominate the possession against the tired Copenhagen side. Hopefully get an early goal and then they can work from it there. That was probably, I assume, the tactics for the actual game as well, but unfortunately it was not to be in the full 90, and they will have to either find a winner from extra time or from penalties. And now Matic is giving that away, and that's an early chance for Win to get forward. And I think Williams has slipped, and there's a chance now on the overlap from Varela, but Williams has got back up and managed to recover. Wind in towards Kaufman, but Romero collects because the pass wasn't good enough. Again, I think it's a 12-second delay on the stream, but Lindelof now on the ball, not delaying on his pass as he finds Juan Mata, and it's Fernandez who clips it in towards Brandon Williams, a nice pass from him, and it's Matic looking for Mata, Martial to Rashford, and now finding Martial, there's a chance, it's straight at Jonsson, and he saves again. Really good bit of play again from Martial. Rashford with a sharp pass, and he just gets a toe, Martial, and Nelson really does well to stop Martial from having a better shot on goal. And it will be a corner, but again, United knocking on that door. It's Williams now, after the corner was taken short. Fernandez first time in towards Pogba. Looked like he was fouled, actually, Paul Pogba, but it's cleared by Copenhagen. I think Lindelof will let that go. Matic, in fact. I think Solskjaer, I saw him talking to the team. He looked really disappointed and he looked like he was telling them to play with more energy. And now a long pass finds Fernandez and now Martial on the ball. Rashford gives it away. And it's back with Maguire, who's contested the ball with Kaufman but dealt with it well. Lindelof finds Wan-Bissaka and Wan-Bissaka looks to find Lindelof again. It's deflected out for a throw to United. It's back with Mata. Matic. Both integral players in Mourinho's campaign, and they're going to be integral today. You have to say Martial now. A chance, and it's saved again by Johnson. Unbelievable. That was the biggest chance. And now Rashford into Mata and Martial again. And was he brought down? That is a penalty. That is the penalty. No doubt there. There's going to be a check. But it looks like Martial was brought down. It's going to be looked at, of course, by VAR. But for the moment, a penalty. Now let's look again. Brilliant run from Martial. It's a great save from Johnson. And then it's recycled by Rashford. Great pass from Mata. Martial's onside. And it's clumsy. I can't see a lot of it. It looks like it's going to be given. I think it is. And it's going to be Johnson versus Bruno Fernandes. Who else? But, stand corrected, it's still being checked. Nothing given yet. I think it is. Fernandes is setting up. It is a penalty. It is going to be a penalty. And we'll see what Fernandes can conjure up here. And can he beat this goalkeeper who has been outstanding today? It is Fernandes versus Jonsson. And up the Portuguese Magnifico steps. And he scores. And that is a big penalty for Manchester United. They should have had this game wrapped up in the 90. But they'll have to settle for extra time if they can. But 5 minutes in and Fernandes has scored. He didn't do the run-up this time. It's just steady and nerves of steel. I think it's clumsy from Bjelland. and he gives it away, and that is United in the lead at last. No jump, just a stuttering run up, and he scores. Slots it to the keeper's right. Keeper guesses the right way, but he puts it past with power and accuracy, and that is a big goal for Manchester United. As Copenhagen look to push for an equaliser. They haven't obviously had that shot on target yet, if I'm not mistaken, but they're going to have to play a lot better, and United might look to be more rigid and play on the counter now. They have this lead, but Pogba giving it away now, and it's Zeka looking to get past Pogba, defended well by Fernandes and Mata, and Zeka's fouled Bruno. It will be a free kick to United. It's taken far too long for United to get this lead, but now it's there. There's a big sigh of relief for all Red Devils fans across the globe, and certainly all the players and the coaching staff in Cologne. And it was Martial again who was looking the more lively of the front three to cause some things, and Rashford, obviously the provider, he's been far better at that since coming back from injury, but Fernandes obviously the main man to take it. And now Pogba with a lovely pass in towards Rashford, just over him, just past him, and Johnson can collect. It's back with Felk to Bengtsson, but deflected away off Bengtsson for a throw to United. Well done from Juan Mata. You have to say, has come on and made a bit of a difference. His energy has still shown some quality and some important creativity, because he was involved in the build-up to the goal. And now Maguire looks for Rashford, and he almost lost control of that though, but has shored it up and played it back to Nemanja Matic. Cuts it back to Lindelof, and Mata again. Happy to just play it back to Victor Lindelof there. I wouldn't say this game is wrapped up, because honestly I still don't think one goal will be enough, and I think United should push for number 2 and number 3. Pogba's found Martial now, and Martial can counter. He gets past, and again, and again, and again, and he backheels it to Mata, and he dummies, and he shoots against Johnson, who saves again, and Fernandes' header is looped into the hands of the goalkeeper. Martial again with fantastic, dazzling feet, and Mata again with a bit of composure, but shoots straight at Johnson, and then Fernandes' header is not going to be testing the keeper, who's in this good a form. And then Bjelland. Back to Zeka. It's back. Sorry, the centre-backs are just playing it around. United's rigid shape is keeping them from really progressing with any kind of dynamism. And Copenhagen are just happy to keep the ball, maybe test the waters. Now a bit of an overlap as Rashford's gone more central, but it's dealt with well by Williams and Maguire. Matic now. It's a pass for Rashford available if needed. Martial's there though. Looking for Rashford. He might be offside. I think he will be. But Rashford... And it's saved again by Johnson. It's gone offside. I think Rashford thought he was offside too. Of course, they do wait a long time. I think it was very clear. Actually, yeah, just offside. And it's a big chance. And Rashford, who you would expect to have buried that one-on-one, he's just tried to whip it near post. And it's another big save from Johnson. I could see maybe Daniel James coming on to for the defending the overlapping run from Varela. Because Rashford's been coming much more central and not really defending that side, when it's actually more important that he defends than counters at this point, because Martial can hold up the ball. So maybe Dan James could come on, but I could also see Odi Nagalo coming on and maybe putting Martial on the left-hand side. But for the moment, United with the ball, looking to try and break. Matic finding Fernandes. There's a pass on for Martial and Rashford, and he missed both of them. And now Wan-Bissaka's defending has won him some high pressing and won him potentially a chance to get past Bjelland, but he's done well there. The experienced centre-back. It's launched launched by the goalkeeper towards Kaufman. Pogba headers out, but it's recovered well by Stay. And now there's another overlapping run from Varela that hasn't been spotted yet, but Williams has got back into shape. It's back with Falk, who looks to find Kaufman. That's a good touch, but Lindelof read it, and he's dealt with it well. Very well indeed. But again, there's no wide options, and Varela can recover. It's back with Stay, and now Zeka to Wind, who's getting into the box now. He's looked to get past Brandon Williams, who's done very well there, and was fouled in the end by Jonas Wind. Williams has gone down. I don't think it will be a... yeah, it's enough. It's enough. I've just seen the penalty. Again, it's an arm on Martial's shoulder. It's clumsy. And I think that's it's a good decision for the penalty, and a really good penalty from Bruno Fernandes. It's Sergio Romero now, hitting it long. It's loose header, but Rashford's pressing has only resulted in the goalkeeper clearing it. Martial's controlled that brilliantly. And now Pogba. Mata. Chance for Wan-Bissaka to venture forward. And now Mata to Lindelof and Matic. Or Maguire even. Now Matic. It's Pogba looking for a pass. Matic opts against it. Goes forward. He's dribbling through. Matic now, Martial on the edge of the box. Inside the box, Mata. It's just over. And a couple minutes before the second half of extra time, and United still lead 1-0. Looking much more competent defensively. Looking much more sharp in attack, maybe against the low block with Mata there. There's more chances for them. They just need to bury them, and this game could have been wrapped up ages ago. It will. Hopefully they can wrap it up before the second half of extra time. But it is now Copenhagen with the ball, and it's played into Wind's path. Looks to get past Pogba, and then Oviedo's done well there. Stay to Nelson, to Falk, who's still got energy to get past Matic, and he's found a nice pass. But Maguire's now fed Rashford, and there's a counter available for United. It's a chance. Rashford looking for options. He's found Mata on the right-hand side, who's free. And now it's Fernandes, who's bundled over, it looks like. But maybe they got the ball first. Matic to Mata. And now it's looking for Mata. Sorry, Fernandes looking for Mata even. And it's collected by Jonsson in the end. Looked like Mata was taken out, I thought. There is another penalty check going on at the moment. And an injury for Stay has sent him to the floor. I think it might just be cramp. It's going to be a Guillermo Varela coming off for Bartelek. I think Varela's done very well, actually, against his former club. I think he had a lot to prove. And he's shown that he's developed into an exciting player, I guess, and certainly someone who's performed well today. He's obviously not played that much in the league for Copenhagen the last few years. I think he's only had 8 or 9 appearances, and it is going to be the starting the player that started against Başakşehir, Mudrazia, coming on for Stargate, who did pull up with a bit of cramp. And that's a couple players that could provide a little bit more energy for Copenhagen. And there will be 2 added minutes on to the first half. And it would seem that no penalty is the standing opinion of VAR. So Copenhagen will look for this equaliser in what remains of this first half of extra time. And it is Wind now, giving it to Zeka. He's looking to get past Fernandes, but the press from United is doing well, and Bengtsson plays it back to the Greek international, and it's all the way back with Bjelland, who of course did give away the penalty. It's Oviedo. Zeka to Nelson. A minute left of added time on the extra time. It's back with Wind. He's looking for a pass in, trying to find Bartolek, but it's read well by Williams, who's had a fantastic game. It's Fernandes looking for Rashford, and Rashford's now through down the left-hand side. There's a chance for United to counter if he can get past Nelson. He's looking to just dummy. He's just got surrounded by players in the end, and it was cleared by a combination of Bartolek and Nelson. And I think Rashford should probably come off at the half, perhaps for... I could see either Lingard or James or even Igalo come on. Pereira was warming up alongside McTominay and Igalo earlier in the game, but I don't think he'll come on, especially when United are looking to shore things up and not cruising. But 13 seconds left of the added time, and United still lead, but Pogba's almost gave it away, but did really well to keep it nonetheless. And he's got a chance to play the ball forward to Mata. And that's a chance on the edge of the box. It's now back with Pogba. Was he fouled? Fernandes, a brilliant save. And again, it's a brilliant save from Jonsson. Pogba's gone down. It looked like he was brought down too. And it's a yellow card, I think, for Zeka, who brought him down. We'll see if that was a penalty, because then, let's see now, it is in the box. It's not going to be given. It's going to be a corner instead in the final knockings of the first half of extra time. Zeka was booked. Could be a problematic one for him, but he's marking Pogba now. And it's whipped into the near post towards Pogba. And now Mata has a chance. He shoots. It's a brilliant save again. And Lindelof misses an open goal. And that is the end of the first half. And it ends again with Jonsson being a fantastic player for Copenhagen in this game again. And Lindelof hits the post from the rebound from the save from Jonsson. And that's been fantastic from the goalkeeper. United have started to shine. I can see them making a couple changes for weary legs like Rashford, maybe even Fernandes, but I don't really see him coming off. Pogba's been fantastic. And United are still in the lead. And they've been the better team since extra time has gone on. They have just edged it as it stands. But we'll have to see what happens in the second... in the second part of that added time. And we'll see how United can capitalise on clearly Copenhagen's tired legs, and hopefully their quality can shine through and they can seal this game off once and for all. But we haven't really seen that kind of clinical finishing, because not only have United been a bit sloppy, but Jonsson has been magnificent in front. Between the sticks. Can't see whether United are going to make a couple changes. Pogba's asking why he wasn't given a penalty. I think he seemed to have accepted the decision. But Zeka's just getting a bit of warming down. And we'll swap sides, and United will be pushing for the second, but wary of the counter. Maybe give the teams the benefit of the doubt with the heat, of course, but we'll see as Copenhagen line up for the second part of added time. As always, if you have any questions or topics you would like for me to discuss, please comment below, and I'll answer them as soon as I can. And also, we will be doing the match reaction straight after this game. It's scheduled for 11:15, but of course, might have to be pushed back if Copenhagen have an equaliser. But we'll have to see. It's now Matic has fouled Falk. Won't be a yellow card, I don't think, but Falk has gone down with cramp. I think that's going to be a lot of that's going to happen a lot in this next 15 minutes. And really, this is going to be a test of fitness, a test of mental strength, and a test of quality, really, as Bartolek puts in a ball looking for Kaufmann. It's cleared by Lindelof, I think, for a corner. In fact, it was Maguire whose, I think, left foot had to skew it wide for a corner. And this could be a dangerous moment. Of course, Kaufmann is a very big striker and could cause problems. And they do have a good delivery on them, as we've seen throughout this game. And it will be Bengtsson to whip in a left-footed cross. He's whipped it in. It's a good idea, really. It's good positioning from the corner. And he looks to whip in another one. It's headed out by Maguire twice now. And headed back into the fray by Bartolek. Rashford's done well defensively to let that trickle out for a throw. I think there is going to be a substitution. It is going to be... Nope. Just a little bit of... Just a little bit of extra, whatever it was from the Claxton. I'm not sure what was actually said. It sounded like they said substitution, but guess not, as Williams looks to take the throw. Pogba looks like he was fouled the whole time by Mudryzija, and he was, in fact, and it's going to be Matic to hit it long, I think. United have had 26 attempts to Copenhagen's 8. I'm not sure they're going to show the ones on target, because I'm pretty sure Copenhagen still have yet to get one. United have had so many. And it's Wan-Bissaka back with Romero. Hits it long. Headed out by Bjelland. And it's with Zeka now, who was obviously struggling with a bit of cramp in the half break. Loose from Mudryzija. And now United can keep it back with Matic and Mata. Back with Matic finding Wan-Bissaka cleverly. Martial gets past Zeka really smartly. It's back with Mata. Bit of a loose touch, but he's kept the ball well. Fernandes has gone over to the left-hand side almost. And he's found Martial now. Looks for Rashford. Mata back to Rashford. With Williams. Matic. It's loose, but Maguire's able to just deal with that in the end. And he's found his centre-back partner, Lindelof, who missed a good chance to make it 2-0 as he hit the post with, I think, his left foot on the rebound. I mean, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. It was a difficult chance for a centre-back to take. But now Mata looks for Rashford, and that's a nice burst of pace from Rashford. Down the left-hand side, he's just stood still, looking for any options back. He's found Matic. Driving, looking for Mata. He's found Rashford again, though. Back to Mata. Matic. Mata made a nice run, but Matic, I don't think, had the ability to find him, and I think it's instead back with Williams, and now Pogba's done a really lovely turn there and found Lindelof. Back with Wan-Bissaka. United just keeping the possession, happy to just tire out this weary Copenhagen defence. Still looking to press even 110 minutes in. And now it's Fernandes looking for Martial, just past him. Almost there. Almost there from Bruno Fernandes. And almost there from Anthony Martial. Really, really good play from United. And we'll be back with Copenhagen, who look to bring it forward. Bartolek finding wind. And it's back. And it's all the way with Mudrazija even. Apologies. And Zeka looks to whip it in for Kaufman. Looks for Falk instead. Headed out by Maguire. Rashford looks to clear, but can only play it back to Brandon Williams. It's all the way back with Maguire, who scoops it out first time, looking for Rashford. It will stay on, actually, I think. It's not stayed on. It's gone out now. And there will be a final substitution. It's going to be Berving on for Falk, who's actually played really well all game. And it's going to be the youngster Berving to come on. One appearance this season for Berving. And he's going to play now. And I think he's going to be a secondary striker for Copenhagen as they look to steal an equaliser after a dominant display in extra time from Manchester United. Rashford's looking a little sluggish now. Been saying he needs to come off for a bit. I think now would be the best chance to do it with just 10 minutes left. And it's with Zeka and Bjelland. And now with Nelson and Bartolek. It's a pass available to find Mudrazija. And now Williams looked like he was brought down. And it was a very, very obvious one. But the referee took a long time to do so. I think there will be a substitution now. It's Rashford off. It's going to be Lingard coming on. Noah Garlow, I don't think he'll come on now today. Unless Martial gets a goal. But it will be Jesse Lingard to come on for Manchester United as he makes way for Marcus Rashford, who's put in a shift. He's not been the best. But his creativity on the ball has been important for United at times. And he was obviously crucial in the build-up for the penalty. That has actually put United ahead for now. It's loose from Lindelof, but he's dealt well in the end. Again, I've said that a few times now, where sloppiness hasn't been punished. But United are pushed back all the way back to their own box, and Matic has given that away. Can they be punished this time as Zeka? And it's cut back to Bengtson even, and Bjelland. Chance might be gone now, but Copenhagen still have the possession. Looks like it is going to be Lingard on the left, and Mata staying on that right-hand side. And it's Bartolek. Cuts it back, looking for Berving. And Nelson finds Bartolek again. I think Lingard's pressing will be important in United solidifying the result. Maybe countering, but it's Mudrazija to Wind and Zeka. Shifting it to the centre-back, Bjelland. And Bengtson even. Zeka. And it's now a chance on the left-hand side for a cross. If Wan-Bissaka can deal with it, and he's dealt with that well, at least to keep a throw and not a corner. And it is Bengtson. And it's back with Bjelland. United just a bit more rigid in their shape. I think it's just made ever more abundantly clear that United need better depth in their squad, because you could say that some of the players have looked tired, have underperformed, and who'd you bring on? Matt has done well when coming on. Matic should have probably started, I have to say. And, well, we haven't seen a lot of Lingard yet, but that's really it. I mean, as Copenhagen mount another attack, and it's Zeka looking for Bengston, and it's a long pass in towards in towards Birthing, but it's overhit quite horribly. And that's 5 minutes left. United have, of course, made a few substitutions. Apologies, I have actually not. It still says Fred's playing when Matic obviously came on a while ago. I'll just amend that. As Copenhagen keep the ball from the throw. And it's back with Bjelland and Nelson, both of whom have done exceptionally well over this game. But, of course, Bartolek now, who came on for Varela. And now it's Birthing, cutting it back. It's defended well by Lindelof. Kaufmann was there. And it will be another corner for Copenhagen. Really good defending from Lindelof, because there was the chance there. And Lindelof just gets a toe on it. I don't think it would have troubled Romero. It's going to be an in-swinging corner again from Briengsten. It's whipped in now, and it's headed out by Matic, I think, but only as far as the edge of the box, but then cleared again. Much better now by Wan-Bissaka. Be a throw in the Copenhagen half. It's played all the way back to the goalkeeper by Oviedo, who looks to hit it long. And he'll give it to United's goalkeeper, Sergio Romero, who, as it stands, will have his 39th clean sheet under his belt. Has been rarely tested in this game, if at all, really. And will be really rather happy with his ratio of clean sheets and goals conceded, but will be much more happy if United can finish this game off with 3 minutes to go plus extra time. I don't expect there to be many more minutes added on, but United still lead with 3 minutes left. But can Copenhagen change it? It's now going to be Bartolek, who gets past Williams, slips in Birthing, blocked by Matic, and it will be a free kick, I think. Lingard does get it away for a corner, but I think it will be a free kick, and it is another dangerous chance. It's a poor one from Matic, who just bundles into Birthing. Now, this is a big chance for Copenhagen. It's essentially just a shorter corner, but we will see whether they can conjure something spectacular to equalise with 2 minutes to go. There are space on the edge of the box, actually. There's some, but only a couple now. Actually, it looks like they might actually go for there. Similar position to where Weisinger scored for Lask. This is a wary one. I think someone should probably go over there and stop any kind of chance. But they've put the pressing players, and Mata and Lingard actually there. Martial shouting for it. It's gone there. It's cleared in the end. And now there's a counter for United available. Lingard has got a chance. He's on his own now. He's trying to get past all the players, but the last defender, Oviedo's done well there to stop the England international in his tracks there. It was a chance for Lingard. There's another minute gone, but still a minute left for United to almost hold on at this point. And it's a chance for Copenhagen to mount another attack, and it's Mudrazija And it's Birving with a chance to slide in down the left. It's a ball in, blocked by Wan-Bissaka brilliantly again by Bengtsson. And Saka back to, I think, Bjelland. And he looks for the long pass to Oviedo. Tracked by Lingard. Plays it back to Zeka. I think he's had a good game. And it's fed in down the left-hand side. They have to cut it back, though, because Wan-Bissaka's marking him all the way. And he's won that now, Wan-Bissaka, and he clears it, but only as far as a throw, maybe 10 yards backwards. And Solbaken's not happy with the performance there. And it's going to be just 60 seconds added on. And it will be Bruno Fernandes to make way for Scott McTominay, just to seal it up. Oh, in fact, Martial, not Fernandes. And it will be Martial, who obviously was so crucial in getting the goal, will now make way for Scott McTominay to come on. Of course, did start against Lask, but and I believe played the full match. Might be slightly disappointed to actually not start this game. And it is actually going to be 2 added minutes now, as United struggled in the end to getting over the line, but it's not quite done yet. There could be still one more chance for Copenhagen in this tough game for both sides. It's headed out by Maguire from the long ball in. Matic and Pogba link up. Matic finds Lingard on the left. Chance for Lingard to just keep the ball. Matic gives it away. It's a throw to Copenhagen. They're going to have to launch this one forward. 30 seconds left. Can United hold on? There's a chance on the right-hand side. It's Oviedo now looking to get past Mata. He's found Bengtsson. Cuts it back. Looking for a cross in. Headed out by Williams. And Fernandes looks to get a toe on it. It's now with McTominay. It's all the way back with Bjelland. Fernandes is down. And that is it. And it is just enough. United have finally finished this game off. And the players are down, and it's another penalty and another Bruno Fernandes goal that has sealed this game eventually. And honestly, I think this they wouldn't be happy with, but they'll just be happy to get into the semi-final. The team they'll be playing against will be determined tomorrow as Wolves play Sevilla. We will be back in about 5 minutes' time for the live match reaction, player ratings, and Q&A. So if you're interested in looking at that, hop on to the next YouTube video. It will still be on our channel. And until then, we will be posting weekly podcasts and our YouTube videos in advance of the game against either Sevilla or Wolves. So until then, if you've enjoyed this video, please like it, subscribe to our channel, and follow us on Twitter for all of our content.